I'm Diane from Two Girls Treasure, and we are here live this morning in Florence, South Carolina. So today we're going to use the infamous Midnight Garden. This grid has an edge to it all the way around, and you want to make sure you cut that grid line off first. You don't want to try to lay your transfers together with blank space, okay? Since this is the bottom portion, we'll start down here and we'll cut close enough to the edge so that we get those lines out. We don't want any harsh lines. What we're gonna do before we get anything done is we're just gonna lay this out. Now, I have the 3 bottom drawers. I can obviously come all the way down to the bottom. We want to see what fits where before we go too far. So a little bit of your low tack tape. We're going to lay this as if it's already on there, and that's where we're laying it down, okay? Don't worry about the white spots because there's nothing there. That's the back sheet that you're looking at. So don't panic. Now, it looks a little shorter here. I didn't trim this edge. I trimmed this one. These feathers will lay down. This is your stem. And these will lay together, and this lays over the top of that flower. Here's how you can check yourself. We need to come down just a little bit. Just kind of flip the page up a little bit and take a look. And until we have this completely laid out and the transfer started, it will be hard to tell. That is just about where the top and bottom are gonna lay. Let's lay in our other 2 pieces so that we can kind of tell if we're centered, because we want to make sure this is centered and not shifted to one side or the other. When you're laying out your compositions, you want to make sure that you either work from the top down or the bottom up. And I like to pull my back sheet out from under it without really either taking the tape off completely, or if I can slide it out from behind it, I think that's wonderful. This one's not gonna let go. There we go. Back sheets out from behind it, because once you lay it down, it's where it's gonna be. So I'm gonna make sure my bottom edge is straight all the way across. I'm gonna let my tape loose and I'm gonna come up. There we go. Rub it down with your hand. You know we've got this split for the drawer right here. I've got my little razor blade. So I ran my hand completely over my image. I always recommend that. But then just take a second and take your tool and rub the entire image. Before you try to peel anything off, make sure you rub over the entire image. Now I just pushed the bottom drawer in a little bit further than the next drawer, so we're gonna have a little bit of a gap right there to fix. But rub over the entire image. Doesn't take but a second. We've got a little cutout on this petal right here, and it is right here at the bottom, so we want to make sure to lay that in, and then we'll know when we have that petal laid in and we're straight with our feathers. There we go. Come on down. Petals in, feathers are down. Our botanicals line up. Lay them together and rub over them. We've got another drawer transition right here. Go ahead and we'll make that cut. rub over the entire image with your hand to make sure you've got it laid down and you have no air bubbles underneath. Got a little bit of air down here because we're right up against that bottom edge. There we go. Now, here's a good use for the side. Use it as you're doing your once over when you first lay it down. Share the completed project with you later today. Loving this. So don't forget how amazing your transfers can be when you lay them out and compose them. I am going to use a secondary transfer set. I am going to use the Frond Botanicals in this. I am going to use the Frond stamps in this, and I'm probably going to employ my turmeric and my black inks. I think those will look amazing on here. A little bit of ghosting on the top two drawers and even on the sides of the drawers because I love peekaboo drawers. So when you open it, you get just as much of a beauty and surprise as you have on the outside.